Hi guys, hope you're doing well. Really hope you've had a great start to January 2022. So in this video I wanted to talk about how to overcome a bad session or particularly a bad performance during a certain exercise. 3 things to consider that are going to help you psychologically kind of overcome that and prevent that downward spiral from occurring, which can sometimes negatively affect the remainder of that workout or in some cases even the week of training. So in the background I've got some footage taken from a home gym session at my friend's, and the squats at the beginning really did not go to plan. They were not good, not what I expected. So in the background that's going to be playing out, and I'm going to kind of talk about 3 points that I go through mentally when this happens. Right from the offset, the squats felt difficult. The warm-up sets were a lot harder than they should have been, and that's not ideal going into your working set. Ideally you want your warm-ups to feel easy, comfortable and smooth. So the workout was planned 160 kilos for 2 sets of maybe 5 to 7 reps. As you can see here, I only managed a single. It just was not happening. Super tight, uncomfortable on the hips. Lower back felt very weak, kind of lost my balance. The belt threw me off big time, wasn't providing any support. A little bit too loose now that I've lost weight. So it was a complete failure. Really, really bad. Which is, of course, disappointing initially. The last session was 170 for free, followed by 3x3 at 160, and here I am this week, only managing 1 rep. So yeah, really frustrating. But the first thing that I did, which is very, very important, is put it into perspective. Perspective is super important. You've got, even if you train legs once a week, you've got 52 weeks to hit legs. So one session that is not as good as it could be. It's not ideal, but it's not the end of the world. It's, in the grand scheme of things, it's not going to make a huge difference. And then when you consider the number of sets you do over the course of a workout, or over the course of a month or a year, hundreds and hundreds of sets of squats. So one working set, is just a drop in the ocean, really. You don't want to have these bad workouts, but it's very important to realise that there are plenty of other opportunities to squat and to build big legs. So whatever exercise that you've gone in and underperformed on, there are many other opportunities to see improved performance. So yeah, that's really important. Put it in perspective. So I'm just going to take a minute of your time to remind you that I offer online coaching exclusively for natural lifters. If you're really keen on getting shredded for summer 2022, it's something you've always wanted to do, but you're not quite sure how to accomplish that, then maybe consider joining my online coaching program. I'm currently offering a 25% discount up until the 4th of February. So head over to the website, fill out the form, and we can book in a chat. Alternatively, you can head over to the Instagram page. Again, the link's in the description box below, and check out some of my ongoing client transformations. Thank you. Secondly would be maintain positivity and focus on the next exercises or the next workout, and make sure that you see improvement there and you don't waste the session. So yeah, it was bad on the working set of squats, but I then dropped the weight and had a reasonably good set on the squats. It's some squatting, better than nothing. And then moved on to leg press, leg extensions, curls and calves. There's nothing stopping me from having a good calf session if my squatting wasn't great. So that's really, really important. Remember, there's work to be done and there's still improvements that can be made with other exercises or reduction in weight on that exercise. So don't let that one working set, even if the performance is really bad, ruin the rest of your workout. God forbid, the next session going into it's going to kind of mentally screw with you. So you've got to draw the line and say, that's the past, that happened, not great, but let's move on and make the most of the next few exercises or even sets on that exercise, and definitely the next workout. So the third point would be why. Why was your performance worse than expected for that session? You've got to look at the variables. Of course, there are so many, but for example, for myself, I drove in the car more in the last few days than I have done in a long time. So I was a lot stiffer going into the workout. I didn't really do as much foam rolling as I should have to compensate for that. I'm dieting, I'm losing weight rapidly because I'm starting this diet so aggressively. Got a lot of mental stress going on at the moment. All these things kind of come into play. My belt as well was looser than it needed to be, which really threw me off on that initial working set because it was the first set that I put the belt on for. And that kind of screwed me over. So there's 4 factors there that could all have an impact on my performance during this session. And it's really, really important you recognise this. You have a sit down after the session and try and work out why that happened, so you can then rectify it on the next session. So 3 things to consider there: perspective, positivity, and why. And it's really important to go through those thought processes if you have a bad session or you underperform on a certain exercise. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, then please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to see more true natural bodybuilder videos. Stay strong.